Now, isn't this true that it's a matter of what timeline we're on? If we're on the narcissist timeline, then we're going to lose everything. I mean, it's just, you're going to mangle all of what you hold valuable of yourself and just wash it out and get fleeced. Maybe when you have something that you love in your life, it's going to be decimated. So there's that, uh, or choosing love in our lives, right? And we all know that it's love for ourselves. I try to explain that, and I don't think people, I don't think people, I don't think people realize that it is. What I'm saying is that, see, you have a love life. I have a love life. I know I have a love life, and it's like it has to do with this kind of thing here, and also this, and just our life, right? Our love for our life. How about, you know? And it's rare to find somebody who's operating from there. Really, it's a lot deeper than the obvious. It's like this. It's like, isn't this amusing? Amazing, amusing. Let's share. Let's share with each other. Let's see. The word confluence has come up a lot this week for me, and it's a word that I've looked up, and it just means it's described as two rivers that merge together and start running together, and now they're one and running, and um, and also in psychology or just talking. I mean, I think people that try to talk about what a good relationship is all about. She's over there playing in her little hat. Anyway, what psychology is talking about, or any like people talking about relationships. Sorry, confluence means that, well, people, like two people, their lives run together and then they merge, right, into one. And so anyway, that's imagine that, narcissist. You think you're that uh, it's hard to tell who's who after a while, and it kind of, I tend to baby myself, and of course with the last 2,000 videos that I've made, you can see how that maybe I don't blend in with society very well. I can't bring myself up to put up with the 3D level stuff, and like I said, it's kind of crumbled down anyway. Whatever I was trying to work, even my apple tree situation, I don't know if it was the solar flares or something. They hang on. They're starting to drop onto the ground, but a lot of them are tattered with animal bites. All kinds of different kind of animal bites, anywhere from a squirrel to a wasp to a bird, and then I guess it's knocking down onto the ground, and it's like just terrible because I've never experienced that in all the time. And it's like, well, are you really losing your 3D world? And it's like, no. I think if you pay attention, especially in the last 3 days or even a week, and I've experienced something very trippy. Um, More difficulty with my cat, but she has snapped out of it, going through constipation and then also diarrhea. And I've been helping her along, being there for her when she can't, like, pass the darn little hard little marbles that are apparently that she can't pass anyway. But the solar flares, who knows? It's affecting us all. Um, but yeah, my I'm just tripping out on it, and I'm I think I'm supposed to try to make this work for me. So I put on my other shirt. It's like, well, don't wear your pajamas. Just change into a shirt that you don't even see. I don't get out and mess around. The narcissist doesn't want us to have a social life or any kind of life. This place is so dangerous, isn't it? And I don't like talking about the narcissist. I want to talk about more like just types of people. I don't know if it's narcissism or not. See, there's just or a narcissism or Nazi. See, there's just seems to be a kind of person that has been snagged up by enough programming that, God, it's a problem, isn't it? It's like, and it is running the 3D, not only the 3D chug-em-a-roll with, like you wonder, like, you know, they talk about it how, like, McDonald's is not going to be there anymore or something like that. It's because people are wisening up, and it's changing, you know. It really is. Pardon the light here, but anyway. See, really, real intelligences are using this. You don't need to dress up and put cologne on and go to the meeting in Seattle or something like that. You see, you know, don't you think that has been a game changer? Boy, having said that, there must be a broke-off civilization or something going on that I'm not dialed in on. And not that I'm not pointing at what I'm trying to do with it, which is to see, I talked about some of it, and people are not listening to it very well. I mean, of course, if I start talking about narcissism, like, what if it's to get out of? See, that's exactly what I think I'm trying to do. You know, just, it's like, oh man, got locked into somebody who strings out our resources, really our creative life. You know, it's just, it tends to hurt because they're not your people. They're not listening to you. Some of their conversation is pertaining to, like, well, you're just trapped and you can't. They live like that, right? And it's like, do they? See, I don't want to know anything about it, and I think we can protect each other. That's where I'm thanking the people who did step in, because they did hear some of my pleading, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I try to give everybody a chance to do better, be a better presence, I guess. Just, boy, I've had enough. Haven't you had enough? I have. God, I hate this fucking video. Because I feel bad for those people. I feel bad for me. I feel bad for us all. Can we back off and be good friends to each other? See, I kept, you know, you keep thinking about it. It's like, man, no, this society is so broken and fucked up. So what are you going to do? You know what I mean? You can just sense it, you know. It's just, you got to build yourself up good karma. It's nobody's business but you, between you and God and the universe. And that means that the universe sees everything. If you're underhanding or a trickster or somebody who operates like a lowlife and does manipulation and stuff like that, then you're just going to go roundy round on that karmic fucking thing where you have yet to learn how to be a good friend. And a good friend is just somebody who knows how to love. And the highest teachings that Christ Jesus was trying to tell us to be and do for ourselves is, we've all heard, is to unconditionally love. And number one is to give. But you see, that money thing, do you think that he, whatever, Christ Jesus was talking about money? Uh, See, they kind of just hijacked that whole thing, because now I would love to pull out my chalkboard, because now we're on the train of that this person was trying to tell us to be givers, okay? For whatever reason, this person, Christ Jesus, said that it would be a great idea to practice giving. Pardon me, now I'm just going to take my time. And so I don't know why I prompt myself to bring this out and try to show people how the universe works, I guess. Why you want to give, and like what's really going on. Pardon the way it looks here. I'm kind of drown it out with some lighting, I guess. I need bigger pens, and I'm actually really serious about what I'm doing. So here's the confusion of last time. I'm having a Venus. It's actually squaring my moon. It happened a couple days ago, but it's tapering off now. Pardon me. Okay, so you notice how the woman is always there, right inside. The man is always right inside the woman there. And if you think about how she does carry both male and female, I mean, see, but I'm not really fixating on that. I don't hold that over any one person's head. I think we're all miserable here. And would you stop that? By the way, okay, so let me just level this out. Isn't there a way to do it? Yeah. So I was talking about giving. And why is that so difficult? Why is it so difficult for people to understand how to like give just because you have it. Just because you have it. You know, and see now how money. Sorry, I'm trying to get this right here. I seem to have it right, but then I screw up. How that money seems to distort our creative lives when it comes to what are we going to get? See, I don't disagree with money being here, and this is where we can talk about that. It's like, but right that it gets in the wrong hands is what they say, evil, and see, there's a big blank spot. And how do we prevent all of that? And also, how do we take back, like, sanity, I guess? That thing that Christ Jesus was trying to tell us, it's really mathematic. What they try to tell us, really, like, it pertains to both sides. When we're talking about the narcissist paradigm, but there's also there's the paradigm that is the ones who are ascending or you can say, whoops, the ones who are like going to their real life, really, that they're not, they are waking up, really. You can consider it called ascending, really. It's rising above the shallows, right? And so, yeah, so there's two sides, and they both have the same kind of scenarios happening, if you can imagine. This will come together. I'm trying to talk about it during this square here that I'm having Venus and Moon. So it's just I had, it's my domestic situation, my animal kind of, she's roughing it. We're roughing it somehow. I don't know. She's going through something, and I do have help in my life. So you see, but it's the kind of thing. It's like, well, I don't want to talk about it right now. I would love to talk about it on a one-on-one. I would like to talk about it with those people, but they can't. Is it really like that? And it's like, this is fucking wah 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 kind of a thing, Debbie Downer, man. Like, people really play that? I don't know. See, I'm trying to be really clear, God. See, I can't talk to these people. I want to create a society where we stay out of each other's hair. We know we're being held captive here, and the system over there seems to really create a kind of person, like I was trying to tell you. And is it breaking up? Is it getting better? But it is generational. It can be. Wish I had bigger pens here. See, I wanted to get back to the giving thing. How it really works. But we have confusion with the paradigm that is, like, talk about reversed. And is it that? Maybe, but see, I don't want to seem like I'm confused, There is darkness here, and if we just If we don't do anything, see, we know we can keep it like this and it's beautiful, but no, we have to communicate. And what do we communicate, though? See, I say it's only a celebration, that it's always just going to point at God. You know, whoops, what did you forget? You know, and that's why you're opening your mouth in the first place, is because you forgot. You've become disconnected or dislocated. And that's what they're saying. Is like, well, people that, you know, if talking means that you don't understand something, or and you need to understand something, so you are trying to, it's almost like, yeah, waking up from being unconscious, and so you need something to say. Here's my little thing. Anyway, so giving. First of all, the word give. See, first of all, you can't give unless there's the I have, right? And that's big. See, now we are stuck at the fact that money messes up our I have. I'm going to put the capital I right there. But see, I'm going to lowercase the H, A, right? And then now I'm capitalizing the V and the Y. Well, because you know that is the abbreviation for I have, right? So I'm going to take this away. Sorry. It's important to do this to you guys, though. It's kind of fun, right? Alright, so now there's your, boom. That's the I. Babes, see, give. It does have the word. See, this is the instructions right in the words that are here already, that pretty much these words, like, well, stemming off from thee, there, they, where, everybody has to use them, right? Or who learns the English dialect. Here's my little baby again. Isn't she cute? Oh boy.
Do you see your little face in there, little girl? Do you see yourself in there? Oh, she had a big day.
She's helping me so much. Okay, so you can't give unless you have, and so you'll see that this is the truth, babes. The burden words, you have to use your imagination and just go ahead and do the abbreviation again. You know, I have is there. You know, it's interesting, because the I have will show up in a lot of different words. Like, of course, live. Now I'm not gonna use the uppercase L. It's just like this. But now live, you know, it has the word give there, right? Not a coincidence. It's kind of an instruction that is here. You know, it's just the way we live. We have to, you see. It doesn't make sense. But now, it doesn't make sense. What kind of sense? There's another word that I'll think of that shows. Okay, so like, you know, like hive. The word hive there's a possibility there. See, hives. I don't know. Now, when you start backing away from your mind so much and just start thinking of Mother Nature, like what's out there, you know, those hives, you know, they have bees coming, or wasps coming and going, and that's the whole point, is that it has something that is coming and going. Okay, now see, because the thing that you want to open up to that I have thing that's here from this, that's from the I have. See, there it is still, even though it's giving. See, it's just saying that we are not losing anything. Um, it's we start pointing at a full circle again. The O that is God, really, babes. God is there. This thing here that I'm trying to connect this back up with how to be. God. There's the G. Wish I had bigger pens here, right? But the O, D. I just wanted to point at the O again there. See, there it is. That is the recycler. It's the forever circle. See, giving and taking. And that's God, you see. And see, now how do we do that? How do we teach people to let go? Let go. And into the flow, see, of what goes around comes around. See, on a very, very profoundly, it's more than what meets the eye, especially right now. But no, there is a way to conduct yourself that you're working with the universal laws. I don't know about you, but my mom worked with that. I mean, we all do. Just whether you know it like it or not, that's what's happening. You are working with this oscillator that is the universe, right? We talk about the universe. And,
Hi, little baby. Oh, little sweetheart. Look at how cute she is. I just know. I just know so much. Do you see, baby? I do. I just know.
she's such my little buddy. See, we wonder, well, how do we let go of anything like that? And see, none of it's a trip. Is because it's like, you don't have any of it. You keep your hands open, really, to get anything. And now we can point at the human aperture as being the main thing that we're talking about when it comes to this stuff. Because like Mother Nature or a tree out there or the entire universe doesn't have a problem with giving and receiving. See, it's just there's so many situations we can talk about this, but the outer space itself, the creation of creation itself, yeah, it's the in His image, human we are. Yeah, right. If you're not aware of your belongings here, like what do you have? See, money. We can talk about this. See how that money kind of distorts our whole sense of that. Like the question is like, do we even need it? And I'm saying, like a lot of people say, well, of course you don't. See, you just don't know how the world runs and stuff like that. It's like, no, not really. It's a child can think of how it's like obvious that we don't really need it. If we were way more intelligent, now what is happening that segregates us completely from being able to see like that? And you know how I talked about the parting the seas, making sure that there is control over how people sees things, like the whole thing, like say control over the pineal gland. Sorry, I'm playing with my pen. So, but anyway, to show people how the universe works, right? To remind them. But do they see that world of the money system? Hard to plug that into them. But if we look at the word money, I mean, I don't know if it matters right now to anybody. Here's a little bitty M. And what's interesting is the word, there's the O, of course, you know, help that we, maybe in God we trust, maybe. Sorry, this is the weird M. I'd rather make it look weirder. My cat is starting to get up here. She might try and crawl up onto the computer. That's not a good idea.
Hi, baby. Are you okay?
I just love her so much. So the word one is inside of the word money. It could be pointing at instructions. Like, how do you get a hold of all, like, to make it, see, I'm thinking, stupid me, you know, it could be too late, but I'm thinking of a social system. What do they call it? That people think it's an impossible thing that we'll have a social system. What is it called? It's socialist. Is it controversial? But really, to me, it's like, well, they have, like, they're trying to do social media, and then but who is social? You know, who is capable? See, there's a oneness that we want to talk about. See, maybe, right? Those are the ones who are capable. They getting back to confluence. See, the two rivers. One of them comes from over here. Here's a river. And then here's another river. But then they join right here and they go and they're one. They turn into one flow. So we've had a lot of water going on. They've been setting off those free energy weapons from hell, and just it's so fucking rude, so sad, because they can use all that. We can have all that stuff back for us if we just learn something, learn the right language. See, this is what's missing, is that our symbols are gone. We are losing our asses like crazy when it comes to the video game. How that, well, where's our communications? Like, how do we, like, even start? Well, it's got to get pretty miserable before people think that they need to do anything. And maybe, see, the whole scare is really, the worst thing would be is that they keep hanging. Disease and all of the disharmony in the air, and just they keep letting that happen. You know, when somebody invents, say, if somebody invents and they already did, right, a long time ago in the 1800s, or when was it? I think it was by 1905 that they took the electric cars that were really quiet off of the roads, because Model T Ford came up with, and somebody is racing something, and so, you know, it's just so loud, and it's even like backwards, you know, like, still, you guys have made them louder than ever. And I don't know about you, but I like my quiet. I like to be quiet, because isn't it interesting how we can gain power through meditation, and we could feel really good, maybe. Is So anyway, one. Now, getting back to see if you agree. See, there's also, see, with money, as you know, yeah, human beings need it too, you know, as well as the non-human. See, I'm not saying that the non-human, I talk about it a lot, and that's your narcissist, you love that. I'm not saying that they aren't, the potential of being human is not there. See, just in the word alone, non-human, see, and human, there's human there in the non-human. It's like it's looking like a human there. Anyway, there's a high potential. I say that, boy, I say there isn't, I say there's a cure. I think that they can be cured by the ones who are in fact human. And that's a controversy, you know. Pardon me while I just try to make this work. Yeah, pardon me while I make this work. To see, but it won't unless we start resonating. And I think that yeah, money it's such in the dark hands that what we use it for right now, what we think we need it for and stuff, and I'm not saying that, okay, so let's just click the bill thing over. We all know we have to do that. See, this is the thing is, who cares about the rest, Starbucks and stuff, but really, no, it's like this, why can't we create a social, there's a very loud, like, race car. It must have like 16 cylinders or something. I mean 16, yeah, or 30 fucking gears or something. Anyway, sorry. So I mean it just completely distracts me, and I can become non-distracted. But I do that to kind of quit while I'm ahead, because I'm going to refine something right in front of our faces. Do you hear where I'm going with it? And how that okay, so our language already is fashioned with the instructions, really. And that's one thing you need to really realize, that it is here with see how that we would go into being a broke off civilization, like a socialist civilization. How could that work? See, the thing is, the trick is that we would take back the non-human faction, which is being controlled by psychopaths. Yes, that's not a real scenario. That is what's happening. See, that's very, people can talk about it, they can explain. My little kitten is sitting right behind me on the chair, keeping me warm in the back. So you hear what I'm saying is, it's something, and it's because we don't figure something out, and I'm figuring it out right here. This is very not me. What I mean, me, who has to pay a bill and has this 3D reality where it's like I have this relationship that I would love to free up that person and me and everybody else, wouldn't you? My God. I want nothing to do with the bondage that is that system really pays them to function this way. This is where it's looking like black magic across the board. Yeah, and getting back to, yeah, psychopaths controlling narcissists. Now, how does that go? Well, you want to talk about whatever's in front of the darn TV. Look how cute she's right here. Do you see her? Little baby. She's so special. Oops. Looks like hey, I just flashed you a little bit. What if you send me on my PayPal $25, and then what if that it strikes up and I get $300 because of that? And then it's like, okay, I really need money. What else could I flash? Here, let me just stick this into my eyeball. There we go. Right on. Great idea. I'm only trying to fucking get back. like $300 trillion, if not more, into our hands. Who's our? Babes, it's like who's they? Well, who's our? Okay, let's look at it. Lesson 1. My little baby, she's right here. Oh, she's falling off. Baby, what happened? I can't believe this. She's kind of underneath them. She got stuck in between them, but she's fine now. She's looking at me like, I've been there for animals, you know. It's hard to understand, but they really need our help now. I mean, really. It's either you've gotten telepathic with your animal or you have yet to, because they're reaching out for help, man. They need us to figure this out, you know what I mean? And go to sanctuary. And how do we do that without collecting, like, just take our money and get the hell, and just, they can have their fucking wiener schnitzel, whatever is going on there, and, really, if you hear me, see, I want it to be more and more. But what I found here is the right language right in the middle of it. Sorry, I got distracted, but no, I don't. I know the truth here. See, what was I talking about? Well, how do we separate it out? See, in the word your, by the way, you know, I told you the magic of the Y. It's a beautiful thing. In fact, it's a, I'm putting some videos in my playlist at the end of each video. It's probably the recent video and then some of the past. But the vowel videos, you have to look at what these people are talking about. So anyway, oh, magical, oh, there it is, the great recycler. And then you have the cup. That recycler, see, how do we manage it? But we put some into the cup. The R says, see, now I want to really get into this, you guys. I was trying to tell you about O, the O part, which is O. It's not a bad thing. It's actually an equation. We. I didn't lie yet, by the way. Because there's O, you know, O. O sounds like O. Didn't lie there either. See, OU. OU. See, if the R is there, this means you want to reverse that flow, babes. See, OU or UO. OU or UO. The thing is, see, the R says, don't get caught up in the illusion. It's kind of a reversible there. UO and OU. OU and UO. OU. Oh, you see, it's really that stupid. But who fucking remembers that? What? Whoa, man. Why is it? I mean, who is giving what to who? And why is it so bitchin' like that? They think that asphalt is really cool. Weird. They owe, to me, they owe us, man. Anyway, they lost that game. Anyway, let's look at how. I really want to talk about this. You know, the OU. Now, we just get into O. Now, if there's an R there, we can call it O. Oer. Yeah, and that's kind of funny because the Oer. Anyway, it's ours. Nothing is going anywhere. See, with the socialist system, if it's indeed computerized right here, I mean, we're going to know so-and-so, like Patsy, you know, her dog is wanting to, you know, hope she's okay. You want to be careful giving the system money for the end-of-life process and stuff that we can take care of holistically. It would change, it would just change if we had our own social services, like our own social system. So what I'm pointing at is very real to me. It's happening right in front of your face. I could like try and get more downloads and wait a week or something. But this is like, I've been staggering. My 3D life is, I'm trying to hold it up as best I can. Like I said, the relationship that I'm involved with right now is kind of, it's like I need a break. They need a break. They're going through something. Everybody is now having to kind of let go. And can you, like, wow, are we having fun yet? You know, kind of a thing. You know, that's one thing that the narcissist doesn't really know how to do. And you get the idea that some people, it's none of my business, but if we are having fun, we're doing our one, right? We're not, yeah, when you expand your consciousness, you're not, you're not sharing wrongly. I wanted to talk about that. See, it's hard to, the reason why this is not making sense, it's fucking minute 50 here, is because there's the narcissist paradigm where it's like, no, they have a reversal whole thing, and that's where money is into it, and it says, and so and what enables that? See, we don't know what we're talking about with narcissism, but it's the mind. It's the side of the organism that is non-human, which is the mind, and it has its darn own agenda. If you don't pay attention, it's going to try to be more real than reality, and that's saying something. See, the truth and reality, the truth about everything. Like, okay, it's trying to be more real than an experience beyond itself. Nah, that mind is the one that makes us unable to make a breakthrough and simply give. Like, see, an artist knows more of that. An artist knows more. See, that's what they're doing when they are creating, and then but how disenfranchised has it gotten on this planet, and why? Here's why. You live on a prison planet. And the ones that are mainly here, I mean, just about all of them, all of us. But we can see people, though, some of them, they're not artistically inclined. Maybe they're artistic in some other thing. Maybe they've been shut down. Maybe they went to the money system too hard or something. See, it could be that it's important to hold on to your creative lives because there's something going on. It's definitely intergalactic, outside of the Earth's atmosphere. Now, let me show you, I don't know, I just kind of lost my place here a little bit, but not really. I was trying to dial you in on how to look at the OU. Really, it's OU. I'm not kidding. It's like, doesn't it sound like OU? If you don't think that equation doesn't sound like the two words OU, don't have kids, babe. I'm telling you what right now. Not safe. You're not fun either. You're not fun. Sorry, it's kind of harsh, but really, you have to start using your imagination and say, no, that's possible. Now, it's an illusion because you can say you owe too. I already told you that. So, getting back to the giving, there's another word that's kind of cool that shows that, well, you have, and that's why that other word is there. Give is there, or hive, or there's another. But you'll see it, even if it's extracted out of a word that has nothing to do with that. We are talking about that now. We're talking about I have. That's how you do the decoding system. It's like, no, go back to OU, who owe, and I owe you, and boom, Todd, he, she, and we're here. Okay. Really, because it's like, how serious? Is everything going to fall off the face of the earth because you're gaslighting everything? Yes. So I wanted to talk about that, But how money prevents us from even knowing what would happen when we give. See, the word knowing came up. As you know, the K is totally supposed to be lowercase, first of all. See, I am knowing. See, knowing, as you know, there's an equation in there with the N. We love the N. But we're going to keep it down this time because I'm showing you something in there, right? Because there's O again. But then O, keep this up, and then knowing, owing, right? See, but that's not really what I want to talk about now. If you're a knower, see, there's these sounds you can make, knower. Sorry. But see, there's the word ower. See, isn't that a trip? If you have knowledge, then at the if anything, see, you know, you owe. Okay, and it's just unfortunate that, see, no matter what, we have that O right there. That doesn't change its sound, really. So, yes, you have power when you know. But it's saying right there, with power, you're still going to have to be something that flows outward. Or what good is it, right? See, now everybody knows that that's pretty powerful. You know, you can have the power to give. But what is it really? If you knew that it was ours, right? Just keeping it in the good vibrations. So there's where we're talking about resonation, for sure. Give yourselves the power. So for sure, we're looking at something that won't unfold for like another decade, but. And then there's, see, there's going to be lots of warring. We have yet to see it. I mean, it's happening now. There is like, it's generational, you know, and the money system is turning it out. And it's strange because it's so sickening anyway. Flow, you know, the word flow is definitely going to come up, Hans. Flow. Isn't it weird how we call it flow, though? Flow. But really, no, it's flow. Flower. See, I almost wrote it in the right darn sequence. We don't know what they're really talking about. The hippies, you know, when they say flower power. See, there's the word tower. Just kind of having fun with this, but no, really, you need to use your imagination. I'm not doing it very well right now. I'm under attack. I'm trying to dehypnotize the population right now. Whoever can think about this. See, when we're playing just with money, nobody's gonna live there. But some of us need it. See, I don't have much. See, I don't have much of a life, so I've been reduced down. I mean, I have an electric bill, right? I would love to tell you what my electric bill is. Say, well, I'm just trying to reach this goal, and I'll keep doing as good as I can to wake you up about something, how to live, you know. Because it comes back. I'm telling you, it will come back. It can. It does. I'm sorry if you have never experienced that yet. I don't know. But see, I don't know. I'm not depending on people that. I'm not telling you to change from your warlock situation. You know. See. I don't know how long. I would like a better social system to happen here. I don't have much of a social life out there. Otherwise, I wouldn't be trying to make all of this stuff up and hustle a few dimes for my. That all needs to change. We don't need to talk or even think that that's happening on this thing. It should be a social system. It's trying to be that. I'm dead serious. It's like this needs to condense down and get serious. See, what it takes is communication, and we're going to start doing that. See, I'm going to start. I don't know when. See, when we know and start trying to create resonation, that's when the attacks come on. Like I tried to talk about Mr. Smith, and even though you're starting to resonate and lift up each other, there is more weight than ever. People do not want you to change, right? And it could be your own family that says, "Oh no, actually, we have to do this," and oh, pop your tires, and did you go? And they just the 3D fucking shit, and it's like, did we go to? No, actually, and you couldn't make it to Billy's meet, and it's like, you fucking assholes! Don't you know that we're making a breakthrough away from that chugging stuff that just from cradle to the grave. See, it's like this. It's like let it happen, let it roll, let it spin away, and make your break off society. Make your see. They took something has stolen away, and they took our break off society. Who are they, Shauna? Whoever, like say the Rockefellers and who keeps everything in lowercase base wasteland. Just you cannot defend yourself even if you wanted to go to court because you don't even know your own language or symbols. And what do they mean by take your right to remain silent? I came up with that as like we are. These are turning out to be hour-long videos. Wanted to put one more word here. Tower. Boy, is this an interesting one though. But see there because we have the truth mark there. But still, see, when you're a tower, I mean, come on, I want you to understand flows. When you have it, you give it. It's just, it's kind of ridiculous to, nothing ever thinks of, man, now that I have this, now what? Syphilis? Yeah, now that you have syphilis or some negative, shitty thing, don't give it away. See, that's what the narcissist paradigm is all about. It's like, now they're going to give me a like because I claimed that I am so low down. It's the pity party school. You're going to wait for what? But see, this is the thing is nobody's, the money thing, good luck to us all, right? If that was really our lifeline, that thing is fucking designed to destroy. If people are not willing to get into their own power. See, but what do they know? You know, what do they know about the heavens, about how the universe works? What do they really know? Have you ever experienced it? I don't have much to take care of. See, the thing is it would really, it would help so much. It's like, it's beyond the obvious right now. I'm not talking about it. I kind of made a video and I'm kind of starting to edit when I start getting personal because we don't know if we can really cure ourselves. Really, I know that I'm onto something whenever I communicate. I'm trying to be clear, especially in my personal relationships. I really, it's ridiculous. I'm an Aquarius moon, and I'm gonna want to like communicate like so clearly, and I'm giving a lot, and it's going into like I feel like Now, I don't know much about this. Now, you tell me. Is it narcissism or is it just people are getting to be shitty assholes? I don't know, that they're playing a game that says, now that I have you trapped, I can't respect you. I'm not here to respect you. What else? Uh, uh, and let me tell you an excuse. The excuse that a mind can come up with, that it doesn't even see that it's making an excuse. That's what trips me out. It's like, no, have you ever learned meditation and breathed and no, the answer is like, okay, so what are we gonna do? See, I wouldn't you rather like get away from get me away? I mean, I would love to get away from being distracted. I want to feel good, and some of the population is in the middle of a karmic debt or retribution, fucking warlocking damn crap, and they can call themselves the help all they want, but if they're not knowing that they're actually more in need of help, and they're doing the pity party thing. So anyway, thanks for trying to go along with this. I hope somebody benefited from it, and that I changed my shirt. I try not to say and fuck too much.